Good morning, you guys. Welcome. I'm super happy to see all my Pilates peeps today. I want to welcome you and thank you for coming to class today. Today is a fun day. Today is Foam Roll Friday. So let's grab that foam roller and get this party started. Okay, taking the foam roller, let's place it on one side. And then let's take the opposite leg. We'll bend that knee, bringing the knees together. Good, so we'll just start with a simple balance exercise this morning. I don't want you to stretch your muscles too much. And if this isn't available to you, you can just hover that foot in space, or you can even keep the foot down. But really the goal here is balance. And then if it's safe, maybe reach the opposite arm forward. All right, and then maybe open that arm to a T, and then let's just wave it from side to side. I'm a little bit out of camera here. You guys can stand tall and just move naturally. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys, and then from here, same side of the body. Let's take that foot and bring it to the inner calf area and balance. And then if it's safe, maybe reach both arms out. And then if it's safe, maybe reach both arms up overhead. If you wish, you can place your foot higher into that inner thigh area. I just make sure not to apply any pressure on the knees. So we don't want to do that. We want to keep the knee avoiding pressure from the opposite foot. And then let's just pivot those palms down and do it again. Yep. And then let's make this movement, if it feels okay, come from the shoulder socket as opposed to the wrists. For 3, 2, loving it, loving the variations, keeping it safe, and 1, and pause with those fingertips facing down. Arms are straight out from the shoulders, not venturing above the shoulders. Then, if you wish, let's twist to one side. Come to center and twist to the other side and come to center. By the way, if you keep your gaze forward while you're going through this range of motion, it will be less challenging than if you actually twist at the waist from side to side. So, or another way to say that is if your gaze travels with your torso, that'll be more challenging. For 2 and 1, and come to center. Let's keep that leg where it is. Reach those arms overhead. You can reach your arms up overhead. I'm just keeping my hands on the camera. And then, guys, only if it's safe, maybe close one eye. Maybe just for a millisecond, close the other eye. And if that's really fine and you feel solid or safe, I should say, because I don't feel solid, but I feel safe. Maybe keep those eyes closed. For 3 and 2, opening those eyes at any time, and 1, and gracefully come to center. Nice job. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling lots of muscles warmed up. I'm feeling my arms and my shoulders from that static hold. Let's swing those arms from side to side for 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, let's take that foam roller over to the other side. Let's, I'm going to cue this a little differently. If the knee behind you works for you, you can go directly into that, but I just want to make this a little more accessible for everyone. So if you wish, you can lift your heel, and if that's good, you can lift your knee. And if that's good and you want to stay here, that's fine. If it's available to you, go ahead and grab that leg behind you. And again, I'm not interested in a huge stretch here. I'm more interested in that balance challenge. And then finally, if it's safe, maybe reach those fingertips forward. And breathe, looking good, loving the balance. Yeah, looking so good. Linda, I don't know if I said hello to you this morning, but I'm super happy that you're here. Yeah, for 3 and 2 and 1, let's slowly release. And then adding on, optional, let's take that foot, bring it to the inner thigh. By the way, if this rotation doesn't feel good for your hip, this is totally an option. All right, guys. And then from here, maybe reach those arms out to a T if that's available to you. Good. And then let's move the shoulder socket area, and breathe for 3 and 2 and 1. If you wish, and it's agreeable for you, maybe bring that leg up higher. And then guys, if it feels okay for you, let's pivot those palms down, arms out to a T. Maybe begin, I'm going to start by keeping my gaze forward. Maybe begin to twist from side to side. And if that's fine and dandy, maybe begin to travel your gaze with you as you twist. Woo, woo, for 3 and 2. I feel way less steady on this side, which is curious. Usually on the second side, we feel more stable. And 1, and come to center, and then maybe reach those arms. Again, you can reach your arms up high. I'm just keeping my hands on the camera. And then finally, maybe only if it's safe, close one eye, maybe close the other eye, or you can pause for a millisecond when you blink. I'm loving it. You guys are so cute. I feel like we're all surfing together, about ready to fall off of our surfboards. And breathe for 4 and 3, 2 and 1, and gracefully come back to center. Well done. Let's swing those arms from side to side. I just taught a class with my student. I was having her do balance work, and she felt like she said she felt like she was on a skateboard. And I kind of laughed. I'll cue for an exercise while we're doing this. Let's take the foam roller and place it behind us with our hands on the foam roller. If that's not available to you, you guys, just imagine that you've got a big beach ball behind you, and you're just pressing that beach ball together. So what I'm really interested in here is a heart opening. If it's available to you, put your hands on the foam roller behind you. Maybe take a few steps forward. And then maybe just press those hips forward, gently pulling those shoulders back behind you. Again, kind of like with the surfing cue. It's like we're doing a soul arch on a longboard hanging 10. If you live in Missouri and you have no idea what that means all 10 toes are off the very top portion of the board. But anyway, so this student, she was saying she felt like she was on a skateboard, and when I first started surfing, my friend was like, skateboard, it will help you. And the thing with skateboarding is if you fall on concrete. If you fall surfing, you fall in the water. So I tried it once. I was like, no, thank you. All right, for 3 and 2. Oh, this feels so good. And 1, and gently step back. All right, nice job. Let's take that foam roller. We'll place it in front. One hand on top, other hand on top. And then I'm still moving really gingerly. So if it feels good for you, you are going to reach those arms forward, reach your chest down towards the ground, and think about making a square shape with your legs, your back, and your arms, and then the foam roller and the ground. Yeah, in other words, just come into a forward fold. If you wish, you can gently rock those knees from side to side. You can gently come into a Pilates prance. Yeah, so just make this feel good for you, whatever that looks like. Yeah, loving the variations. And breathe for 3, looking good, guys. And 2, and 1, and then pause, find stillness, take a little step forward, and then with softness in the knees, guys, roll up to a standing position. Beautiful. Okay, from here, we'll hold that foam roller down towards the thighs. One knee forward into a tabletop position, and lower and switch. And switch and continue breathing. By the way, I think I was so excited to see you guys today. I am so happy to be back doing Pilates with you guys. I really missed it. But at any rate, I didn't give you my spiel about comfortably uncomfortable is okay, but pain is not. Anytime you're feeling stabbing pain, shooting pain, joint pain, structural pain, just stop what you're doing, because I want you to feel better after class. So in other words, any modification at any time is okay and encouraged. And I'm glad that's the case, because I will be modifying quite a bit today. I'm just coming back from having a hurt back. For 3 and 2. And the next time a knee is in tabletop, pause. All right, let's straighten that leg and bend, straighten and bend. If it's available to you, you guys keep that knee straight out from the hip. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep my knee lower in space, modifying. But if it feels okay for you, Keep that knee straight out from the hip. It will make this much more challenging. For 3 and 2 and 1, place that foot down. Keep those arms up. I know those arms are getting tired. You're welcome. It's on purpose. Let's bring that other knee into tabletop. And then if you wish, begin to bend and straighten. And again, I'm going to lower my leg a little bit. Yep. So we're getting those really strong, defined shoulders and those really strong, defined legs. For 3 and 2. Looking good. And 1 and come to center. Okay, this is a simple move, guys, but I want you to soften your knees. You can have your arm, your foam roller can be anywhere. And then let's take your left foot, kick it forward. And then I just want you to tap those toes and lift. Yep, so there's a little bit of a bend. You can't tell because I'm wearing all black. But there's a little bit of a, so both knees are a little bit soft. And you're just tapping the toe. While you're doing this, just for fun, let's stick that booty out behind you. Kind of pretend like you're, trying to stick that booty out, stick that chest out. Just feel that, again, that heart opening. You are going to begin to feel your quadriceps in your standing leg, but also think about it. What are you feeling on the leg that you're tapping? Are you beginning to feel that little muscle under the knee? So this is a perfect activity for anybody who suffers from shin splints. So frequently before I go for a hike or something, I will do this just to get those muscles all warmed up and ready for action. All right, for 4 and 3, although I'm feeling this definitely in the other leg as well. And 2 and 1. Good. Keep that leg, that front leg where it is, but let's straighten both legs. Okay. And then take the leg that's in front of you, kick it a little bit more forward. Soften your standing knee, stick that booty out behind you, and then with a super flat back, lean forward. So it doesn't need to be a huge, again, wearing all black. It doesn't need to be a huge range of motion for that stretch to really kick into the backside. So I'm going to avoid that, but for you, if those toes are lifted, you're really feeling that stretch all the way down the back of the leg. And you're feeling it in that calf area. So just enjoy that. Yeah, looking good, guys. For 3 and 2 and 1. And let's come to center. We'll do that little sequence on the other side. So again, foam roller can be wherever. We'll take the other leg, step it forward slightly, soften both knees, and then we'll begin to tap and lift those front toes. And so our body naturally wants to do everything with recruiting the minimal amount of energy possible. So I want you to use your mind-body connection and make this exercise harder. So the leg that's standing, recruit those muscles to a greater degree. I know they're active passively because they're holding us stable, but you can also engage them in an isometric contraction while they're holding in this position. And then if this foot is like flopping through space, let's purposefully lift and lower and notice how you're feeling that work quite a bit more in that shin area. And then again, let's stick the booty out, bring the chest forward. This is not a neutral spine position. We don't often do this in Pilates, but what I'm interested in here right now is a heart opening. Yeah, feeling this quite a bit. For 4. I know, it's such a simple move. I mean, you could do this in the grocery line. And 3, or while you're waiting for your water to boil. And 2, and 1. Good. And come up to center. Oh my gosh, feeling that quite a bit. So we're going to take this down to the mat. We're going to do it a little bit differently today. So we're going to start on the front of the body. So if kneeling is hard for you, you can avoid that. Where this is going is we're going to be lying on the mat with the foam roller under our back. So if there's a different way you want to get there, that's okay. I'm going to cue it that you're going to come down to your knees, place that foam roller in front of you. And then again, avoiding any pressure on the knees, this time with the foam roller. Last time it was with the foot. Let's come to a position such that we have our thighs on the foam roller and those feet are hovering in space. All right, and then from here, let's begin to roll forwards and backwards. And forwards and backwards. Yeah, looking good, guys. And breathe. Okay, so we just really targeted these guys passively while we were standing there and actively before when we were doing the standing work. So this should feel pretty good. Yeah, and if this position is not great for your spine, you are welcome to come down to your elbows. And your spine will be, it will not have that angle. Your spine will be parallel. Your whole body will be more parallel with the mat. But if this position feels good for your spine, go ahead and enjoy it. Woo, really feeling this on those quadriceps. All right, guys. Go ahead and find stillness, and then let's bend and straighten, bend and straighten. So what we're doing is we're moving and working the muscles which are resting on the foam roller. Breathe. Looking good. And then let's pause and then just shimmy those feet from side to side. Going to cross those muscle fibers. And then if you wish, you can take those feet to the right and then away from you, over to the left and towards you. And then if you wish, you can do any of the above movements while you're rolling forwards and backwards. If you're making circles, go ahead and pause and begin to make the circles in the other direction. If you want to bend and straighten your legs while you're rolling, yeah, so just make this meaningful for you. The only rule is I don't want your wrists to get aggravated and I don't want pressure on the knees. Ooh, feeling this quite a bit. Massaging out those quadriceps. I think I'm just going to roll today. Ooh, for 3 and 2 and 1. Good. And then, guys, let's go ahead and we're going to come into a plank sequence. If you would prefer just stay rolling the thighs, that's totally an option. But if you want to get some upper body work in, guys, let's place those hands or those fists or those elbows onto the mat. Place those toes onto the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just hover the hips. And breathe. Yeah, so we're going to hold this for a minute. You do not have to hold this for a minute. Some of my students might be newer and you might not have the strength yet to hold for a minute, and that's okay. I'm much more interested in your form than how long you hold a plank. Also, if you wish, you can begin to lift the booty coming into a downward dog for a little bit of an active rest. I'm not going to do that, but you can. Woo! The area in the waist, guys, let's think about slightly puffing that up. Again, I'm modifying, I'm not going to do that, but that is technically better form. And then the area between the shoulders, let's make sure that it's not sagging down. If anything, pretend like you want to create a lot of space in that armpit area. We've got just about 10 more seconds to go. I'm modifying a little bit here. And breathe. For 3 and 2 and 1. And lower those knees if that feels good to you. And then let's take those hands, place them on the foam roller. And if it makes sense, you can bring the tush down towards the heels or not. And then let's begin to roll that foam roller away. I'm heavily modifying, but if it feels good for you, you can bring your chest all the way down to the mat. Yeah, with your forearms resting on the foam roller. If that feels good, yeah, you guys are looking good. So if you haven't noticed, any forward flexion is not really working for me right now. So that's why I am avoiding these moves, but usually it feels amazing. So just enjoy that. Yeah, you guys look like you're really enjoying that. I love it. And continue. And enjoy the fluidity and the ability to move as you roll out onto those forearms with that foam roller. Like that move would be nearly impossible without that support. For 3, yeah, loving it. And 2. And the next time you're down, stay down. All right, guys, from here, I'm going to cue, this is going to be a little tricky. So if so let's take that right arm, reach it underneath the chest with the palm facing up. So I'll do it like this. So if I'm lying flat and my chest is on the mat, you are going to reach your left arm long, reach your right arm underneath your body out to the left, such that the back of the hand is on the mat. And if you wish, you can look to the left, bringing your right cheek down. So if I were on the mat, it would be like this, with my heels and tush touching or near each other or lifted, whatever feels best. Yeah, so we call that thread the needle. And again, usually this is a super crowd pleaser move. As a Pilates instructor, there are certain moves that everybody always goes, oh my gosh, this feels so good. This is frequently one of them. Yeah, you guys look amazing. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's unwind, and we'll do that same on the other side. Yeah, so we'll take that left hand underneath the chest, that right arm is forward, and then let's slide that left arm to the right, palm facing up, reaching the opposite fingertips long. And then finally, if you wish, you can put your left cheek down on the mat, so you're looking to the right, so you're getting a really nice stretch in that neck area. Yeah, looking so good. Feeling a nice stretch in so many places. Yep, so just enjoy that. For 3, and 2. Yep, looking good. And 1, and come back to center. Nice job. All right, guys, from here. Let's just set the foam roller to the side. If it feels good for you on your knees, that's great. If it doesn't, you can do this standing. And if you do it standing, you can just lean your shoulders back, put those arms back behind. But from here, if it feels okay, let's reach those arms out to a T, and then take those right fingertips down to the right heel, lifting that left arm in space, looking to the right, dropping that right shoulder, coming to center, and switching, and come to center and switch, and continue, just enjoying this range of motion. We will add on, but if this is all you want, that's okay. For 3, and 2, and remember, you can go through this entire sequence standing, and 1, and pause. Okay, if you want more, guys, you can take both hands, maybe place them back onto the heels. Yep, maybe pressing those hips forward. Now, your head, guys, I don't want wrinkles in the neck. So I don't want wrinkles in the front of the neck because you're looking down to your belly button. I don't even want to demo that. I don't want wrinkles in the back of the neck because I don't want your head dangling in space. So your head is in a neutral inline position with the spine. Notice that terrific stretch that you're feeling in the quadriceps and the chest. Whew, and enjoy and breathe. Plus those quadriceps are working while they're stretching. Again, an interesting combination. Whew. Did I mention your breathing? For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then gracefully come up to center. Well done, guys. Let's take that foam roller. Separate those knees. That foam roll, the very front end of the foam roller under the booty, and the rest of it is on the ground, like hanging out behind you like a tail. Okay, so I'm going to cue this kind of awkwardly. However you want to get down there is fine. I want you sitting on the very front end of the foam roller. All right, and then while we're here, actually, and again, if the knee thing isn't working for you, you can remain standing for this. Let's place those fingertips behind the head and just gently rock from side to side, just a little bit. So you're massaging out an area of the muscles that we don't frequently get to massage. Yeah. So really those deep muscles in that glute area for 2 and 1, and pause. And then let's take that right elbow down to the right, left to center, left elbow to the left, and continue. Think about being flat as a pancake. Think about keeping those shoulders down. Think about stretching one side while these muscles contract and the space between the bony landmarks gets shorter, and switch. Again, I'm going to stop doing this. My goal here, guys, is to have you move in every plane of motion. For 3, looking good, and 2, and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys, from here, let's go ahead and lean back and kick those legs out long in front of us. Okay, still seated, but leaning back with the hands on the mat. Okay, if you want to, you can just lie flat on the foam roller, but make sure your head is supported if you wish to omit this. But if it's agreeable for you, hands, fingers can be pointed in whichever direction you want. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let's lift those hips. Again, no wrinkles in the neck, so your head is in a neutral position. And then let's gently bring those hips to the left and center and to the right and center and continue. Yeah, so just feeling an interesting stretch, interesting work, breathing, feeling like you got your swagger going on, and breathe for 3 and 2. You can come down at any time. In the event that you want more, let's come onto those tippy toes and then open and close, open and close. Again, the body wants to make this as easy as possible. By the way, you can do this entire sequence lying down too. But I want you to make this more challenging. So make this as challenging as possible. So pretend it's super hard to close those knees and it's super hard to open, and do it again. And notice how in that intention, it actually makes it so. Woo, for 3 and 2 and 1. All right, lower the booty down. Make sure you're on the very front end of the foam roller. And then guys, let's gently come to a lying down position. Oh, all right. Once you're down, please make sure your head is completely supported on the foam roller. That's super important. I don't want any heads dangling in space. I've said that a number of times throughout a number of exercises. FYI, just pointing that out. Okay, if you wish, you can begin to gently rock from side to side. Just taking the feel goods and enjoy this sensation. Wow, my foam roller feels really hard today. That's interesting. It is a hard foam roller, but sometimes it really is like it feels harder than others. In other words, sometimes the massage feels way more forceful than others with the same foam roller, which is interesting. All right, guys, at any rate, just enjoy the sensation. We've got heart opening going on. We're stretching the muscles in the upper chest out near the shoulders, which is fabulous because those muscles, part of the reason we have bad posture is because we have bad posture and those muscles shrink, causing the bad posture to be almost strangely more comfortable than good posture. So we're stretching those muscles out in an effort to undo that, massaging, enjoying for 3, and 2, and come to center. All right, guys, and just find stillness, close your eyes. Legs can be wherever you want. You can kick them out long or you can bend them, just a relaxed neutral position. What I want to focus on here, guys, is notice how, depending on your anatomy, you might have a little bit of space between your waist and the foam roller. You might not, and if that's the case, that's all right. But in a neutral spine, where we're not manipulating our spine to press it flat or to create a curve in it where the belly button is coming up more towards the ceiling, that's what we call a neutral spine. And in Pilates, we frequently work out of a neutral spine. So I want you to place your hands on your belly. Take an inhale. As you exhale, blow it out loudly. As you're doing so, guys, gently press your fingertips into your midsection. And notice how all those muscles, how you recruit all those muscles when you blow out loudly, like you're blowing out birthday candles. Then try to keep that engagement as you take your next inhale. And then exhale and do it again. And then dig your fingers gently into your midsection and see if you can maintain that engagement the whole time. Yeah, so it's not like you're engaging and releasing as you inhale and engaging as you exhale, but see if you can just keep that tightness with your spine in that neutral position. So it's a really interesting combination, guys, of a relaxed neutral spine. I wanted to use the word juxtaposed. I don't know if that's correct, But in contrast, the muscles around the spine are active, holding it in place in its neutral, relaxed position. Yeah, so it's kind of an interesting thing that you've got going on. All right, by the way, if you took your hands off your belly, put them back on your belly and notice, are those muscles still engaged? If not, recommit to that and engage them. And just enjoy the sensation with your core engaged. You can move freely, maybe rock from side to side for 2 and 1. Good. And then let's pause in stillness. Reach both arms up to the ceiling, palms facing each other. And then arms straight up to the ceiling. Just allow the gravity of those arms to gently press the shoulders down and around the foam roller. And just feel that pressure with the relaxation of those arms, with those arms up to the ceiling, just acting as a weight with which those shoulders are more passively pressing into the foam roller. And also notice if it creates a little bit more of a balance challenge. And just enjoy that. By the way, I'm on a really hard surface. I didn't bring my mat today, and I'm on a really hard foam roller. So my foam roller, I'm much more wobbly than normal on my foam roller, which is kind of fun. Makes it a little more challenging. For 3 and 2 and 1. All right, keep those arms up to the ceiling, guys. Reach one arm towards the wall behind you, down towards the mat, arms straight. Other hand down towards your hip, arms straight, palms facing in, and then up to the ceiling and switch and switch. And begin to enjoy this range of motion with your shoulders moving over the foam roller, perhaps feeling a really terrific massage sensation, still experiencing that heart opening, which is a little more challenging with introducing this movement. So if you're finding that one of your shoulders wants to reach forward in any point of this range of motion, actively try to make this harder for yourself and prevent that from happening. So dropping both shoulders down around that foam roller while you're going through this range of motion, and notice how that's a really different sensation. Notice if there's any popping or creaking going on. There certainly is for me. By the way, if there is popping and it's pain-free, usually the experts say that that's okay, but if there's popping with pain, then that's not okay. So if you're experiencing that, please stop. Woo, for 2. Oh my gosh, this feels so amazing. And 1, and come back to center. All right, guys, for this next sequence, I'm heavily going to modify. Just FYI. All right, both hands on the mat, just in a comfortable, relaxed position. Let's bring one knee into tabletop, put it down. Bring the other knee into tabletop, put it down. Maybe this is all you want, marching from side to side. I'm going to stick with this. But if you want more, the next time you have a knee in tabletop, keep it there. And then maybe also bring the other knee in tabletop. In other words, both feet are lifted. And you're taking a balance challenge, feeling those core muscles working to hold those knees lifted. By the way, are the core muscles, which go all the way around your spine, so it's not just abs, guys, are they engaged? If not, recommit to that. Breathing. If you have those knees in tabletop, maybe you'd like to kick one leg long, hovering above the ground. Bring that knee back in and switch. And switch and continue, maybe not. So if that's not feeling great for you, you can omit that. You can take a rest at any time. Remember, this is your session, so whatever feels good for you. Woo, we're still getting that heart opening sensation, regardless of the variation which you're choosing. For 3 and 2. And then finally, let's place both feet back down onto the mat. All right, resting position, both feet on the mat. Let's bend the knees, feet are flat. All right, guys, then take an inhale as you exhale, blow out loudly, feel that engagement, maintain that engagement, and we're going to play a little game. From here, holding that engagement super taut. If you slowly Bring one knee into tabletop. Can you feel it kicking up the abdominal muscles and the oblique muscles on that side of your body? And then slowly, 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 slowly lower it down. And then trying to prevent yourself from shifting from side to side, let's do that with the other knee. And then slowly, slowly, slowly put it down. And again, really feel those muscles on that side of your body in your midsection working to make this movement possible, and continue. So I know that all day long you could lift one knee and then the other knee. So I'm not interested in that. Part of the Pilates magic, guys, is that mind-body connection and you dictating, telling your body how you want it to work and where you want to feel the work. And then in fact, actually feeling the work there. So for me, this feel like my leg feels like it's 200 pounds. Yeah, so as I'm slowly putting it down, it's super hard to resist gravity and keep it slow. So just, I mean, something so simple can feel really strenuous. For 3, breathing. By the way, if you keep those hips still, so you're trying not to shift from side to side, you can really feel the work shifting from side to side in your midsection to facilitate that still pelvis. For 3 and 2. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, guys. I love this. And 1, and come to center. All right, we've been lying on this foam roller for quite a while. Let's gently roll all the way to the right side of the body. You can finagle the rest of your body however you wish to maintain keeping the right side of the body on the foam roller, and then just roll out just the right side. So now we're just staying on the right side of the spine. We're getting into that right booty cheek a little bit more. If you wish, you can look to the right, feeling that nice stretch in the neck. Again, this is all feel good. And boy, does it feel good. Oh, it's a blissfully cloudy day in Southern California. I love it. It's unusual. I get bored sometimes with our perfect Southern California weather. All right, for 2 and 1. Come back to center. Okay, guys, and then let's roll all the way over to the left side. Again, just moving your body however you wish to make that possible. And then let's begin to roll out that left side and breathe. Yeah, just enjoy that. So as my live students know, I took about actually I took exactly a week off because my back was talking to me, and I know, like a Pilates instructor with a hurt back, what the heck. But my go-to thought process for that is, well, if I didn't do Pilates, I would be a disaster with a thrown out back frequently more than I am now. Okay, but at any rate, what I wanted to say was, so I took a week off. I didn't really do any activity, and then we did just kind of a gentle workout on Wednesday, and I'm actually quite sore from that, which just goes to show how much our body, like, maintaining consistency is so good. All right, guys, let's gently come back to center and rock from side to side for 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. Okay, and then you're lying down. Continue lying down, but gently remove the foam roller from underneath you and just lie flat on the mat. And just enjoy that sensation in your spine. And just enjoy. Feels pretty amazing. For 4 and 3, 2, wiggle those fingers and those toes, and then however you want to, guys, let's come to a seated position. We'll take the foam roller. Hi guys, nice to see you. That was really cute the way you got it. All right, from here, we'll take the foam roller behind us. I'm moving super awkwardly, just FYI, so if I'm not cueing for you to do it this way at all. All right, but where this is going, guys, is we're going to come to a seated position on the foam roller. Yep. Now we're going to massage out those glutes. So Gently begin to rock forwards and backwards. If you wish, you can shimmy those knees from side to side, spending a little time on one booty cheek and then the other. So when I had my hurt back, I had a guy come to my house who's like a magician in Orange County for helping people with body pain. And he really spent a lot of time massaging out this area that we're working right now, and that helped to give a little bit of a release in the back. So I know that I frequently say that when the lower back body is tight, it can cause back pain, but it was really fascinating to see that demonstrated right in front of me. So, you know, he was able to relax those muscles a little bit, and he told me to get up and walk around, and he said, "Do you feel different?" I was like, "Yeah." So that's pretty remarkable. Just rolling and rolling. Isn't there a song, Rolling? What is it, like an old trucker song? Like from the 70s. Oh yeah, rolling, rolling, rolling. Then there's that more recent song, rolling like it. Anyways, so just roll, just enjoy. Maybe enjoy is not the correct word. Maybe this hurts so good. For 2 and 1 and pause. Okay, if that was amazing and you want to continue with that, you're welcome to. If you're like, okay, I'm ready for something else, go ahead and place that foam roller under your thighs. And then with those hands behind you, you can lift those hips, gently roll forwards and backwards. The only thing is I want you to avoid the knees. If you are doing this, you can externally rotate those toes and target that little, a more of an outer portion of the thighs. Woo! You can also bring those toes together so you're in an awkward knock-kneed pigeon-toed position. In fact, I think there's a pose that kind of mimics this type of motion called awkward pose in Pilates. I mean, in yoga, if I remember correctly. Just enjoying for 3 and 2 and 1. Come to center. Let's take that foam roller, kick it down under those calves. You have options here. So you can just keep your booty on the ground, particularly if those wrists are talking to you. You can even come down to your elbows. That's an option. And then you can just wag those toes from side to side. You can just kick that foam roller up a little bit more to target a different area and keep doing that. Again, just avoiding the backs of the knees. Or if you want more, you can go through that entire sequence with those hips lifted. You'll just have more pressure from your body into the foam roller, creating a firmer massage sensation. Or finally, if you wish, you can roll forwards and backwards, which I'm not going to do. But if it feels okay for you, you can press those hips forward and then draw those hips back in towards your hands and do it again. Yep. So lots and lots of options here. And breathe. I feel like we're waving at each other with our toes. Hey, good to see you. Yeah, loving it. And breathe. One of my students today, this morning in a live class, she was like, "You have such a strong, amazing body." And she said, "Is Pilates all you do?" And all I do, you guys, is Pilates with you 3 times a week. Isn't it amazing? And occasionally I'll surf, occasionally I'll paddleboard, occasionally I'll go hiking. But I mean, all this definition that I have is just from what we do together. So that's pretty cool. Woo. And then I told her, I said, I don't know if I've ever shared with you, but I used to weigh like over twice what I weigh now. And it's funny when I tell people that, they almost don't believe me. They're like, "No way." I'm like, "Yeah, for real." That's crazy. I was like literally 2 of me. Yeah, man, it feels so much better to be in a right size body. All right, guys, for 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, let's kick that foam roller towards you, and then we'll place the foam roller behind us. Bend those knees and place that that foam roller back behind the bra strap area with the booty down. You can lace those fingertips behind the head. And then you can lift those hips. And then if you wish, you can roll forwards and backwards. Again, I am so sore. It's crazy. Oh, I know what it was. So I can't give any details, but I was an extra in a movie earlier this week. And our scene, which we did many, many times, was to be in a theater and to jump up and clap wildly like we were seeing, I don't know, Jesus walk on water or something that is just totally amazing. And we had to like, so we were, anyways, it was like a group interval cardio class. And then you say cut and everybody would sit down and you could hear everyone breathing hard. It was very funny. I actually thought about cueing my class to, if you guys can continue, to clap vigorously because this motion right here really, really targets these guys and I was feeling it so much. So I think that's another reason why I'm so sore. And that makes sense because that was pretty strenuous. All right, guys, while you're rolling out your back, if you wish, you can gently kind of shimmy those feet to one side and then the other side, rolling out different parts of your spine. You can lie in stillness and just gently, I don't know, this reminds me of a side one. You can, honestly, you can do whatever you want. So I just want you to feel good. Oh, actually, you cannot do whatever you want. Please avoid the waist area. Other than that, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, so just make this meaningful for you. And breathe. Woo. For 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Let's lower that booty down, lower, keep that head cradled in the hands, but lower the head down and around that foam roller. Again, just enjoying that big heart opening if that feels good for you. By the way, the head is completely resting in the hands, guys. This is not an ab exercise. So the head is supported. For 3, 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys, this will take me a moment. I will not be graceful, but let's come to a standing position. Oh. By the way, without divulging too much information, that movie Extra was set in a different decade where people weren't as fit. So they purposefully made me wear an outfit that didn't show my figure, which I thought was fascinating. All right, guys, let's swing those arms from side to side. Because I showed up like, oh, hey, and they're like, no, hide that figure. You look too fit. I'm like, wow. Coming from 260 pounds, that was kind of a mind blow. All right, for 2 and 1, come to center. Sorry, I know I've been super chatty today. I hope you enjoy it and don't feel irritated by it. Okay, from here, guys, let's curl those fingertips over, tuck the chin to the chest, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Yeah, you guys look awesome, loving it. When you get down to the bottom, nod your head. Heck yes, I feel amazing. I love Pilates. Shake your head. No. Softness in the knees, head is heavy. Begin to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Looking good, guys. Coming all the way up, loving it. When you get to the top, shoulders up, back and down, and one more time, up, back and down. Walk into your weekend with your awesome posture. Remember, this bone and this bone create a lot of space between them, and you will look confident and 10 pounds lighter. All right, I'm so glad you guys joined me. Thanks so much for joining me.